A review commissioned by the British Foreign Office indicates that Christians are the most persecuted religious group around the world. Its interim findings suggest that Christianity could be wiped out in parts of the Middle East. The British Foreign Secretary, Jeremy Hunt, said political correctness had prevented proper discussion of the subject. Well, with me now is Ryan Christopher from the campaigning group Alliance Defending Freedom International. Welcome to you. Thanks very much for being with us. Now, yours is a Christian organisation. What do you make of this report? Presumably you're not surprised by its findings.
Not at all, Samantha. Thank you for having me. We welcome this report, as do many of us, and it's a great first step by the government in recognising that this has been a neglected issue in the press, by government departments, politically, over the last many years, in fact. That Christian persecution happens to 80% of the 1/3 of the world who suffer religious persecution.
And why? Why is that? What's happening out there?
What's happening out there are two sources, according to the report by the Bishop of Truro. The first key source is Islamist militancy. So in countries such as Syria and Iraq, everybody saw what happened with Daesh, ISIS, ISIL on the ground there, and in other countries too, like Nigeria, where there is an active campaign to obliterate Christianity in all its forms. So the first source is Islamist militancy. The second is a form of extreme statism or nationalism that wants to have an ideological purity. And you see that in countries such as China and North Korea. But you also see it in countries such as India, where many of my colleagues work on the ground. And they see the result of that extreme nationalism, if you like, where Christians are subject to mob violence, accusations of blasphemy or attempts at conversion that are often not true. They find themselves put in prison, sometimes beaten inside police custody, and then afterwards the family that are left outside are subject to more mob violence. And of course the social pressure on the police, on the justice system to convict these people regardless of the evidence in front of them. And so we have lawyers on the ground in India with 24-hour hotlines that Christians can call and people of other beliefs, other minorities too, so that it can get early legal intervention.
It's clearly a huge problem in many different countries. Does this report, and we haven't got the full report yet, but are there any solutions being offered here?
In the report so far, there are not solutions. So this is stage one of an interim report. The first stage is mapping out the problem, and the report's done that very well so far. The second stage, which will be published in June, is to do with the internal response of the Foreign Office specifically. So let's remember, this isn't about global solutions or responses. This is about the UK Foreign Office and its response so far, and looking at new tactics in the future too. So the response will come in June.
Okay, no doubt we'll talk about it then. Ryan Christopher, thanks very much for taking us through that. Thank you.
Thank you.